All right, my friends, I think this is going to be the start of a beautiful indoor fig growing journey. Let's get this show on the road. All right, so it goes without saying that I am really excited about starting on this little indoor fig growing journey. I'm going to get this started and post videos as we go because I don't know where it's going to go and I'm completely new to this. I've never actually grown a fig tree indoors all the way to getting ripe figs, so this is completely new to me, but I want to dedicate this little series of videos that we do, wherever they take us, to two different individuals. The first one is Steve from Grow New Plants. I'll put a link down to his channel down in the description. When I was originally thinking about doing this, and this is going to be related to the second person, which you probably already know who it is, I was looking for a way to grow these plants indoors without getting root-bound plants, because I know that they're going to need a long period of time in a pot indoors in order to get figs. Well, the only answer to that really is going to be root pruning pots, or some type of a pot that will prune the roots so that you can get as much use out of that potting soil as you can get. Well, in my search, I stumbled upon Grow New Plants, this YouTube channel by a guy named Steve, and that's where I stumbled onto these pots. These are those root maker pots I showed you in a previous video. I'm completely sold by these things and we're going to give them a go. Actually, I've already been working on another project where I'm giving them a go, and you're going to see that at some point, but I'm going to first up pot this fig into this 1 gallon root maker pot. And we're going to get it growing, get it started, and see how well it does in this. But this isn't going to be the ultimate place that it ends up. It's ultimately going to go in this grow bag. So this is where it gets really cool. I did not know that this company had so many different products. I actually, through more research, I found that there is a specific guy who started this whole company. I think it was Dr. Whitcomb is his name. And there are several videos on YouTube about the guy. And he's been working at perfecting these different methods of root pruning since the 1960s, I think it is. It's really interesting. But anyway, on their site, I think it's myrootmaker.com. You can actually go buy their products. There's two sites. There's rootmaker.com, and then that's their commercial site, and then there's myrootmaker.com, and you can buy the products. But go to Steve's channel, Grow New Plants, and he's got a 15% discount on any products that you buy on myrootmaker.com. So really cool channel, by the way. But that's where I originally learned about this company. And as I was digging and looking on their website and learning more, this is one of the root pruning devices that Dr. Whitcomb figured out. And it's called their Root Trapper, or Root Trapper 2. And one of the technologies is the roots don't actually hit air in these things. So this is where it gets really cool. The roots hit this cloth material. Let's see if I can show you this on the actual camera. It's kind of like a felt cloth material, but it's real thick. And what he discovered in his trial and error and studies is that when the tip of a root hits that thick material, it gets stuck in it. It traps the edge of the root, and it builds up thicker and kind of calluses up, but it stops it. And then that end can't go any further, and so it doesn't continue circling around the pot. It just, boom, it stops it, and then it continues to grow new roots along that big root, just like in the pots where they air prune the roots. The advantage to this is, one, it's a gigantic bag, which I like. I think it's got to be like a 7-gallon bag. And anyway, the advantage of this is it's got some kind of a coating on the outside of this that does not let moisture wick through. It actually keeps the moisture in there so that the bag doesn't dry out too fast. It's got a little channel without that material, without the moisture prevention loss, so that moisture can weep out through the bottom. And then that same stuff is on the bottom. But what it does is it allows the root pruning to take place, and it also keeps the moisture in the pot, so you get the best of both worlds. Anyway, I'm going to try this thing out. You know, I'm super excited about the products that this company has to offer. So I'm going to see how this thing does, but we're going to start off in that 1 gallon pot first, see how it does, and then we're going to up pot it to this root trapper too. So after saying all of that, the second person that this series is dedicated to is Figgy Ed. I mean, how could I not? So I always kind of look down on the whole practice of growing figs out to fruiting indoors. And the reason was, I've actually discovered now, is just a lack of education, a lack of knowledge. And so what I mean by that is, when I first stumbled, I love watching videos on YouTube of people who are actually growing their plants indoors to fruit. I think it's really cool. I just didn't want to spend the money on the lighting and electricity. And I stumbled upon Figgy Ed's videos, and that guy just amazed me. I am completely, to this day, and I'm not just saying this, I absolutely mean it, I am completely mesmerized by this guy's fig forest in his house. I think it's one of the coolest things I've ever seen, and it's so cool, not just because he's got the figs growing to these massive sizes in his house, he's doing it year round, and he's getting fruit. And he's not just getting fruit, he's getting fruit that is equal to, or maybe even a little better than, outdoor grown fruit. I'm blown away. When I stumbled upon his channel, I can't get enough of it. I love the videos he shoots where he's actually showing his fig forest, or he's got a ripe fig and he picks it and he cuts it open and he tests the bricks and looks at how sweet it is. I love those videos where I can see his forest growing, and he goes through it and he shows you with his camera all the different individual figs that are ripening, and I love it. I think it's great. He's got a forest growing in his house. It's a lot of work, I'm sure, but he's got an absolute gem there in his home. So this little series is going to be dedicated to him as well, because he's the one that lit the fire under my butt to actually get this thing started. So the one thing that I wanted to do a little bit differently was try and do what he's doing, but in a grow tent. And I've got a reason for that. If you guys haven't seen it yet, go back a video or two. I don't know where it is. Maybe it's just one video back. Maybe it's 2 or 3. I don't know. Where I actually did a little bit of a comparison with shining a light, or actually having an LED light on with no walls around it, no tent. And I did a comparison with that versus having some type of a reflective surface, some walls around it, as if there was a grow tent, to show how much more efficient your lights could get. So Figgy Ed's doing great things. I just think he could improve his efficiency greatly. And so I'm going to be doing a little bit of that. But I do think that what he's got going on is cool, because, I mean, it's just imagine you'll walk into your house one day and you're coming home from work. It's a long, hard day, and you've got an entire forest right there. You're not looking at grow tents. You're looking at a forest growing in your house. There's cool factor there. I mean, it's just, it would put your mind at ease just seeing this forest of green growing in your home without having to unzip a tent. So as I go a little further into this journey, and I've been like putting my mind to this, and how am I going to do this, and what do I want to do, I'm almost thinking I want to come up with a hybrid system where I use the same effects of a tent, but also not quite a grow tent. So we're going to kind of play around with this as we go. This is going to evolve over time, but one thing is for sure. Mike Kincaid is going to be growing a fig indoors until the thing either fruits or it dies, one of the two. I've never done this, so if I need help, I know Eddie's right there on the other end ready to help me. And I'll probably have a million questions, who knows. But there's going to be a lot that we're going to learn along the way. I know he's got a lot of other people out there, which is another cool thing about his channel. I'll put a link down below. You should go check him out if you haven't yet. He is actually communicating with other people, friends of his and people he's met, I think, on YouTube, where they're doing what he has shown because they want to grow figs indoors and get fruit. and they're actually filming it. They're not YouTubers per se, some of them. And so they film it and they send it to Eddie, and then he puts it in a video. And so it's kind of like a testimony that what he's doing works, and other people are getting joy from it as well. So I'm just one of those people, but I just happen to be out here with a YouTube channel, so I'm going to show you guys what I'm doing. I'm going to document it as we go. Probably the biggest thing that held me back all this time in doing this little project was the amount of money it would cost on electricity. So he actually did a video that steered me in the right direction to realize that it does not have to cost that much money. And through what I'm doing, I think I can show that you can do it even cheaper. So all you have to do is go to Google and just type in what is the energy cost in my city, and it will give you a pretty solid answer. Or you could go to your last electric bill, it'll tell you the same thing. I pay 17 cents per kilowatt hour, I think it is. I think that's how you say it. Anyway, I went and did all the math. It's really simple. You just go, how many watts do I have, times how many hours a day I'm gonna run this light, and then you times it by 30 for a month, and then you divide that number by 1,000, and then you times that number by 0.17, or 17 cents per kilowatt hour. Sounds complicated, but it's really pretty basic, simple math. You just got to have the formula. You can also Google this online. They'll give you the formula really quick. There's actually a calculator too that'll just do the work for you. But when I do all of that, I find that I can use 500 watts for 14 hours a day, 30 days a month, and end up paying, it was like somewhere around 36. It was either, I keep forgetting, it was either $31 or $36 a month, which, you know, in the grand scheme of things, for a hobby, that's not a whole lot of money, especially considering people spend $5 a day on coffee. So $35, $36 a month for 500 watts of power is not a whole lot, but we're going to see if we can improve on that, because I'm going to take 500 watts and I am going to increase the efficiency of that 500 watts by half again as much. 100% maybe. We'll see. I'm going to see what this does. I'm going to test it. I've got the power meter and we're going to test it all out. But I might be able to increase the efficiency by double, which would mean I can grow as big a trees, as strong growing as Figgy Ed's got with all the fruit he's got with his 1,000 watts of light, and I can do it with 500 watts. Because there's one simple trick you can do, and that is just adding a reflective surface like a grow tent. But you can do it even cheaper than a grow tent. You can do it with white poster board, just flat white poster board. So we're going to be playing around with all this. But right now, I think I've talked long enough. You know, you guys know me. I'm long-winded, but that's all right. I've got to build a stage here. I'm going to take this fig. This was an air layer in the summer that didn't root. I cut it off the plant because we were getting to the end of summer and it was struggling to root. It's actually started rooting now. So I just cut it off, put it indoors, and just set it down. I didn't do anything with it. It just started rooting. So it's nice and thick and healthy. I think it's going to do well. But it's cold out here now. So I'm going to get this thing potted up into this 1 gallon root maker pot, and we're going to put it inside and start getting some growth. All right, so before we get too deep in the weeds here, I just wanted to wet your whistle a little bit and get you guys excited, because I know I am really excited about doing this grow indoors, and I cannot wait to get a Black Madeira KK fig. So I'm going to stop it right here. You're going to have to tune in again. And I might do a lot of videos like this where we're just doing bits and pieces of this as we go, so I can get more to you guys so you can see it all in action as it happens. I don't know. We'll see where we go with this. But if you want to see more videos on this, we'll do more videos on this so that I'm not waiting 3 or 6 months for something to actually happen. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Got your whistles wetted thoroughly and are as excited as I am. If you are, hit the like button, subscribe if you want to follow along and see where this whole thing goes. Have a fantastic week, and I'll see you in the next video. Adios.